Blog Talk Radio. Chatting with Nat is a podcast for independent women seeking to speak their truth and to break down barriers. We host honest conversations that help to guide and empower women. Speak your truth and set yourself free. Let your voice be heard. Hi, it's Natalie G. Natalie John. Yes, it's Chatting with Nat, and today we have Afro Country artist Setche. Setche is an Afro Country singer with a background in engineering and expertise in diversity, equity, and inclusion. She leverages music and art in building bridges that drive more inclusive communities. Her latest song, Black Country Girl, defies stereotypes and inspires authenticity. She has performed around the world at various venues, including the annual Human Rights Summit at the United Nations headquarters in New York City, the International Leadership Conference in Seoul, South Korea, and the African Leadership Summit in Cape Town, South Africa, organized by the Royal House of Mandela. Let's give her a round of applause for Setche. Hi, Setche. How are you doing?
Hi, I am doing good. How are you doing?
I'm still alive.
Wonderful, wonderful. Can
So,
you hear me?
Yeah, no, I can hear you fine. So how have you been? How have you been during this thing called this pandemic 2020?
Oh my God, it was rough. It's been rough, but I'm pulling through. I'm an extrovert, so quarantine was not good for me.
No, I can understand.
It was not good for me, but I survived. Yeah.
There are a lot of people that are extroverts that just couldn't handle this whole thing. Let me keep inside, don't go out, don't look at anybody kind of thing. And it's really sad. There's some people that just couldn't handle it, and they ended up killing themselves, which is tragic.
No, that's really sad.
But during this time, we've definitely learned a lot about ourselves, about people in our communities, people around the world. One of the things that I've learned is that there are a lot of good people, and there are a lot of people that just are not nice. I learned a lot about friends that I don't have anymore. I learned a lot about new friends that I had.
Sorry, say that again. You learned a lot about what?
A lot about my old friends that I don't have anymore because I learned a lot more about them. And then I gained a lot of new friends because during the pandemic, what happened in this time is that we had the pandemic, then we had the elections, and everybody has the right to a point of view, but some people take it to another level. And you either decided not to engage or you just had to let it out. I did both. At the end of the day, I just stopped engaging with ignorant people.
Yeah, it is mentally draining.
It is, but what's sad is that sometimes you sit there and the friends you thought you knew, you really didn't know them.
Right.
That was, I think, a shocking thing for me. Especially.
Yeah.
One of the things I tell people, I'm not going to be your black token friend. Okay, you're trying to have to say you have the black friend. No, you're not using me for that. That's what I got out of it. And decided what I'm going to be. How I'm going to be in this music world, and I'm going to be an effective player. I'm going to be a good person. I'm going to try to bring people together. So during the pandemic, did you have time to think about what you want to do with your music, how you want to be perceived as an artist?
Yes, absolutely. As an artist, I like to be perceived as a bridge builder and as someone who appreciates different cultures. Because that's kind of what I do in my daily life. So I like to have that reflect in my music as well, and use that to inspire other people to build bridges.
I love that because we definitely need those bridges. We definitely need them.
Absolutely. Yes,
Because when
I think we totally do.
when you look out in the world, you're just like, oh my gosh, how did we get here? Well, I can tell you how. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story.
Yes, that is a whole nother story.
Things were bad before, but when you give it a voice, it can get cray-cray, and it's still not toning down. So we need people like you and me and other people that are trying to build bridges, that are trying to bring back the idea of love through music, and showing people that no matter who you are, woman, man, gay, straight, whatever, that you can make music in any genre that you want. It shouldn't be that you're country and people should shun you because you're trying to do country. It's music. I keep telling people it's not that serious. It's music. Music is supposed to bring people together. So I give you, I applaud you for the fact that you are breaking the boundaries through the country music arena. Now, what is one thing you wish you had known before you started your music career?
Oh, great question. I wish I had known the power of social media, and I wish I had been more willing to leverage it. And also the power of an email list, because I've had many people wanting to support me throughout the years, and I didn't know how to put them to work. So I wish I had known how to leverage that over the years. Yes.
You make
I generally don't like social media, but to be in this work, you have to to get into it. So
you make a good point about the people around you that wanted to support you and using them and using it the right way, because if you don't understand the media platforms, you can't tell them what to do. You're like, okay, I'll get back to you, but I'm still trying to learn how to do this myself, because the whole social media, it's really interesting. Sometimes you have to look at all these algorithms, which I never do, and which I need to start doing. And you have to look at so many dynamics. I just like my whole thing, like you, is just to be authentic and real, and put out the things that I want to put out, and just work for the common good. We're both in the same place. I agree with you that social media, it'll drive us crazy. That's what it's meant to do.
Right.
Okay, what is the one common myth about the music field that you want to debunk? So the myth that people believe about.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also believe this myth that you just need to have a great song and then it's going to explode. Like, you just need to come up with a great song, have it well produced, and then that's it. That is totally a myth. Like, a lot of the songs that are actually mainstream aren't as great as several of the songs I've discovered in the indie world.
Yes. Yes. That is a great myth. The other thing I would add to that is that you have to be a perfect singer to chart, to be a singer, to be anything in the music business. This is very false.
That is true.
This is so false. It is unbelievably false. Because there are many people out there that can't sing a lick, okay? But they have recording contracts. They're doing well. It's all about marketing. It's all about strategy. It's all about how hard to work in this industry. That can get. You could have not the greatest voice, but you could have the greatest lyrics. And it's how you project those lyrics out into the world. You could become a star. So I will add that one. Who are the three people who have Who are the three people who have been the most influential to you?
My life in general, or just in music?
In music.
The first would be my voice coach, Winwalker Dawn, who is an amazing singer, voice coach, horse riding coach. She's also my horse riding teacher and coach. And she's Native American and has just taught me a lot about culture and history. Like, she has been more than this music mentor. She's been like family. She has been amazing to me, and she has brought my voice places I never thought it could go.
Yeah.
So she's one of my main influencers. And then we also have Miss Anita Temple in Mississippi, because when I have been writing songs all my life. Let's say since I was like 16, I started writing songs. But I never thought I'd actually do anything with them. I just like writing songs, but I had always been made fun of. People said I couldn't sing or dance or anything. So I thought, oh, art is not in my future. But I wrote songs anyway. And then when I was in Mississippi, Miss Temple, who was a music teacher at the middle school, she took a couple of my songs and put them to live, and I was like, whoa.
Wow.
And that was when I knew that this is going to be a profession.
That's awesome.
And it was just a wonderful experience working with her and her students and just the community in general. I was like, this is an amazing experience, and I want to continue doing it. Yeah. And then a third influence whom I have no contact with, of course, is Michael Jackson. I love his music. I love the messages behind his music. Of course, I don't know him personally, and he doesn't know me. But for sure, his music has influenced my life.
That's awesome. What would you say is the biggest misconception about you?
That I've got it all together.
All right.
People always think, I've got everything all together because I come off. I tend to be very comfortable in my own skin.
Okay.
And so people think, oh, that means I've got everything about life under control. And, and people always tell me, people comment about my social media posts. Because like when I post when I'm doing, when I'm traveling or doing something that people do not anticipate that I should be doing,
right.
Seeing who I am, my race, where I'm from, and so on, we tend to put people in certain boxes. So when people see me doing stuff that don't fit those boxes they have in their head, they're like full of praise, like, wow, I want to be like you, and so on. And they come up with the impression that my life is all hunky-dory.
Yeah.
Whereas it's far from that. It has its own challenges just like anybody else. And I do my best.
Right. That's all you can do. That's all that we all can do. What is something about you that no one knows? That somebody would be surprised to know? Uh-oh.
Other than that, I'm a black country girl.
Other than you're a black country girl. Yes.
That no one knows. I don't know if there's anything about me that absolutely no one knows. I tend to be an open book. What is something about me that no one knows?
You probably have some other gift that somebody doesn't know.
Let's see.
Talent?
What gives? Sorry?
Another talent? Something else that you're talented at?
I do. Right. I am pretty good at comedy. I haven't showcased that a lot yet. But I have done stand-up comedy a few times. So I guess some people know.
All right.
Yes.
I'd love to see that comedy someday. That'll be interesting.
You will see it. You will see it. Absolutely.
So
I tend to use comedy a lot in my work, but I never thought I could actually do stand-up comedy until one of our employees convinced me. And then I started trying it, and I was like, oh, this is fun. But at first I thought he was crazy when he was pushing me to do it. He actually booked a night for me, an open mic night, and he had to drag me there.
What is your favorite song? What is your favorite song to perform?
I love performing Black Country Girl because it means a lot to me.
That's awesome.
I love performing Black Country Girl. Sorry?
I always tell people it is important that whatever you create, you have to love. Like I listen to my songs over and over and over, and I'll even Say, oh my God, you go, girl. I say, you go, Natalie. You did your thing on that song. Because if you don't love what you put out, there's no point in putting it out. Because whatever you receive is what you put out. And so I looked at your video several times. I think it's a great video. I think it's a great song. I think it's great that you're getting into the country music scene. I think it's just all around fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad you love it.
Yeah, no, you know what it is? It's very authentic. It's real. It's you. You're just showing your real, true side. And that's why I keep telling people, this is what people are craving out there. They're craving something new. They're craving something different, but they're also craving people that are not afraid to be themselves.
Yes, yes.
And that's
a challenge, right? Like it's a moment by moment decision.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. How do you feel the internet has impacted the music business?
Sorry, I didn't hear the word. How did I feel what impacted the music business?
How do you feel the internet has impacted the music business?
Oh, okay. So overall, I think it's a very positive impact because it is, to an extent, compared to before, it's democratizing music. To an extent, there's still a lot of hierarchy in the music business, but at least it's given a chance now for people to make a living doing music without having a record label behind them. Before, I used to think in order to make money doing music, you have to be Beyonce or Rihanna. I thought you have to have been a big star, blown up in order to make money doing music or in order to impact people. I didn't know that you can have a relatively small following and still make, and I say small compared to like those big names we know, and still be able to impact those people's lives and still be able to make a living doing music and doing what you love. So I think the internet has opened up these opportunities. It's still not easy to make music, to make a full-time living of it per se, but it is possible if you know how to go about it. If you have mentors and you have the support that you need, it is totally possible to live the life you love doing music. So we have the internet to thank for that.
Amen. Has the country music community embraced you?
Yes, for the most part, but I say yes as in those that I know. Do I have a massive new numbers of following online? Not yet.
Not yet.
However, not yet.
Not yet. We're going to get there.
Not yet, but I'm sure we'll get there, yes. But as far as those within my vicinity, those I'm exposed to or who know me personally or who have come across personally, I feel embraced. And of course, there are some who, there's been a few people who think, oh, I can't have an Afro Country fusion. I'm messing up country music, But there's a few and far between. And then of course there's those who are nonchalant. But for the most part, I feel embraced, and I've got a lot of participation. So in my song, I talk about the Hobo High Steppers, which is the group I used to dance with in Mississippi. And they came out to help me to be part of the video. And I've had some people here as well in San Diego from some different line dance groups participate, perform with me, or be in the video and things like that. So I've had some support.
Awesome. That's fantastic.
It's not as much support as I want to have yet, so keep supporting y'all.
Yes, that's right. You heard the word yes.
Yes.
So what have you done thus far with the song Black Country Girls so that people can know more about you? How have you marketed the song?
So far, I posted it on all my different social medias, and I keep posting about it, as well as using it. I've been performing it at different places, so that's been good as well. And what else have I done? I have pitched it to some media outlets and some country outlets, and I connected, my music mentor connected me with her friend, you, and you gave me a lot of advice, which has been really helpful. And you also connected me with B-Squared Management, which has been helping me get some press coverage as well as some play listings, and they're working on licensing and things like that. So yeah, we're getting the word out there. And thank you so much for your role in that. I am so appreciative of that.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad to help. That's, it's called Sisters in Music.
Yeah.
We're sisters here together. We are stronger. That
Absolutely.
is our... All right. So for our audience...
Absolutely. And there's one more thing I am doing to get the song out, but also not just the song, but most importantly, the message. So I am launching a challenge next week on Oxymoron Day. So July 13th is Oxymoron Day. And so I am launching an authenticity challenge. Because, the story behind my song is I used to think being a Black country girl was an oxymoron. And many people do think being Black country girl is an oxymoron. But that's not because it actually is an oxymoron. That's because of the lack of representation of Black people in country, Western music and culture. Even though 1 in 5 cowboys in the good old days in the Wild West were Black, but we don't hear about those people in the mainstream. So that's why many of us thought being Black and country is an oxymoron. So I'm launching this authenticity challenge as a challenge to ask people to showcase their quote unquote oxymorons, because sometimes those are not actually oxymorons. Those are more like it's usually due to lack of representation. So so hopefully this challenge will get that message out more, and as well as the song.
That's fantastic. You heard it here. And I also got an email challenge from Jordan. I haven't replied to her yet because I've been so crazy busy, but she is doing her work. She's trying to get it out there for you.
Wonderful.
So tell our audience what Black Country Girl is about.
Sorry, I didn't hear the first part.
Tell our audience what Black Country Girl is about.
Okay. Tell our audience what Black Country Girl is about. So Black Country Girl is pretty much about my experience living in the South in Mississippi. So I had asked my friend who is African American to teach me how to sing like her, and no matter how hard she tried to teach me, and no matter how hard I tried to sing like her, she kept saying, "Honey, you sound so country." And I was like, "No, I don't want to sound country. I want to sound like you." And she said, "It's okay. You sound country and you do a lot of country things. Embrace it." So I did go around town carrying out informal interviews, asking people if they identified as country, and if so, what made them country. And then the engineer in me had to put that data together in order to believe it. And I discovered I was 87.39% country. So then I wrote a song describing how the things that made me identify as country, So talking about my experience in the South, how people were welcoming, and they feed you a lot as if you've never eaten before, and how we love sweet iced tea, and we fry a lot, and we go horseback riding and many different things. So the song Black Country Girl is really this embracing and integration of cultures, so both my African culture and the country Western culture. Like, I didn't have to lose my African culture in order to love and embrace country Western culture. So that's what it's about. It's about a celebration of authenticity, embracing all of who I am and loving it.
Awesome stuff. All right. So
and by the way, to participate in the Authenticity Challenge, go to go.blackcountrygirl.com and learn more, and also sign up, enter your email so you can join my street team of bridge builders.
Awesome sauce. All right. We're going to have a word from our sponsor, and we're going to play the song. Hold on 1 second.
Hi, it's Jordan and Madison, and we're Jay Madison out of Nashville, Tennessee. We'd love to tell you about B-Squared Management, artist services by artists for artists. Get your press, branding, single release, and sync success plan now at bsquaredmgmt.com. And listen up to our latest single, Down, now on Spotify.
Let me tell ya a story. Kick back, relax.
I moved down to the town and it seemed I fit right in. People say hi to strangers, even carrying the lunch that feeds you so much. Like you haven't eaten dessert. There's always sweet as tea, but the cornbread is unsweet. And everything else is fried. Is it green tomatoes and pigs into lunch? I make sweet potato pie.
Honey, keep all that up. Give me salt of the peach.
Then I'll just go dance it up. Oh, it's the best country dances in town. The whole world has to burn. I saw a man cut a skirt and my cocoa boots and his head over the race. That's the awesome spot. And people stare at me and shout, I look right back inside. I'm a black country girl. Though I fit right in, yeah, the language has me tripping. Yes, ma'am, yes, sir, mister, sister, brother, mother, elder, here's what everyone is called. One is called, one is called. But I didn't know I was a man.
Do I look like a man? Do I?
No, ma'am.
I didn't think so.
My homies think I'm crazy when they see my country collection. They can't consider the fact that I enjoy electrics and that I love me some country. I'm fixing to buy my
Give me
yard.
some Dolly Parton. Mickey Guy and George Strait. Just give me out a country you got.
Then I'll just go dance to 'em. Oh, it's the best country dances in town. The whole world has to burn. I saw women cut up cheese and my cocoa boots and head over the race. Let's have some fun. And people stare at me and shout, I look right back inside. I'm a black country girl. I'm a big city, beautiful black country girl. I saw those below and triple steps. I'm driven to the left with the hip on my shape. I took coffee shop for sweet and turn. Everybody says and the wiggly country girl. The wiggly country girl. The wiggly, 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 wiggly country girl. I make a lot riding and a lot riding, but I'm still a picado. I'm used to drive a pickup truck, racing girls in the truck. I'm used to shoot the first year and kicking in the ball game, drinking some beer. I saw mama cut a skirt on my cocoa boots and head for the race. I love some country, 'cause people stare at me and shout, I look like a black inside. I saw mama cut a skirt on my cocoa boots and head for the race. You're the one, and the people stare at me and shout, I look like a country girl. Black country girl.
Bless your heart.
Oh, honey, I'm a big city. I'm a big city.
Fantastic, fantastic. I love that. I feel like going to buy some cowboy boots now.
Oh, cool.
I need to get some cowboy boots and get my groove together. What is it about being an artist, what is it that you love most about being an artist?
I love the ability to just create, to like, not to just let yourself go. As an artist, I feel like I'm able to like push the bounds of expectations, like, oh, I should be what I should be. And so I love just being able to create. I love being able to get into my feelings and just let myself go. That's what I love most about it, how it helps. And it is very healing for me, super healing.
Yes, no, it is definitely, music has so much power in it. And one of the biggest things is to heal. I mean, with music, you can laugh, you can cry, you can dance, you can get angry, you can just, it motivates you, and it motivates you. It motivates you, depending on the song you're listening to, it motivates you to get off your butt and do things. No, I agree with you 100%.
Right.
It's just a very powerful force.
Absolutely.
What do you think about women in the music industry? Obviously, we've had to fight to get to the top. How far do you think we have to go to be seen and heard? Especially country music. We're making strides right now.
Right.
But we have so much work.
Right. I was gonna say it depends on the genre.
Yeah.
I think country music has a longer way to go, and yeah, we're hearing more women now than we used to hear before. But also there is even the barrier of race is also very real, even more real than the barrier of being a woman in country music. But I'm seeing that there is some effort being made, by some of the artists who are popular in the genre to make the genre more inclusive. So we'll see where that goes. Hopefully it wasn't just something that was done for a hot minute because Black Lives Matter was hot last summer.
Exactly.
Hopefully there is actual strategic and systematic push to help make the genre more inclusive.
Now,
and thanks to trailblazers like you and some of the other Black women who've been in Africana and Americana and country, it's paving the way, making it easier for more people to come.
Yeah, I see that. What was it? The CMA Awards? Was it CMA? I think it was the CMA Awards where they had a lot of Black artists on there, which was fantastic. I think Gladys Knight performed with Mickey Guyton, and they had Kane Brown was one of the hosts as well. So they're trying to show that they're inclusive. However, I agree with you. They have a long ways to go. And I'm glad that they're trying those efforts. But one of the things I wish they had done, because I thought about this, Mickey Guyton on Twitter posts some of the vile tweets that she gets from people that don't want her in the country scene. Like she posted something recently that the person was like, "You need to get out of the country. Who cares about this black like me stuff?" I mean, the person was just very nasty. And I think that during the show they should have posted with that tweet, because I don't think people truly understand, especially in the country music scene, the amount of racism that comes from a lot of these fans that just don't want Black people in it. But if they knew the history of music, period, they would understand Black people started a lot of this stuff. And
absolutely,
if I were the other country music artists, one of the things I would say is they need to put something out. Look, if you are the type of person that is putting this kind of message out, we don't need you as fans. Because why would you want somebody that's so derogatory, towards another artist just because she's Black in the country?
Right.
The other thing is, what I noticed is that obviously for Black History Month, they created a playlist that have a bunch of Black artists. I'm sorry, that's not good enough. And for me, that's just a cop out. Why not put those Black artists on your main Spotify playlist? Why does it have to be you just created this Black this Black playlist
for Black History Month, right?
We don't need that crap. We want to be on the main Spotify playlist. Don't say, okay, we've done our and I believe that's where they're trying to show where we've done our part. No. We're more than that.
Absolutely. And I've gotten some of those kind of messages too, like the ones Mickey Guyton shared. I've gotten some of those,
Really?
And yeah, people saying "get out of here, nigger," and calling me. And I am not kidding. I am not kidding.
Here's the thing. Those are the things that you need to do a reel, like Reels or TikTok. You take those messages, you create a video with them so that they can see them, and show the world. Show the world the racism in the country, because some people just don't believe it. They just don't believe it, and you will see so many people come to your page and support you, because people need. This is what I'm telling you. People need to be shown that stuff in their face to show. One, you're going to show that you're not bothered by these tweets or whatever, and that you're still going to do your thing. And the other thing is you're going to show the world these people exist, and it needs to stop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's just that. You're better than me, because I would have cursed those people out. I
just ignore them. And it's another thing that I've been struggling with country music lately is, so since I came to America, I've loved country music. Actually, I loved it before even coming to America, because my dad is into country. But like in the last year, just the vile open racism, in fact, not even just the last year, the last 4 years or so, just the racism that we've seen coming from some of these people who associate themselves with country has made me, it has made me have almost, it's made me have like I get triggered. So it's funny. Here I am in country, in cowgirl boots, cowgirl hat, with plaid shirt, walking around, and I see another person dressed like me down the street, and I'm terrified. I hear country music coming out of someone's car, and I'm terrified. And I'm trying to like break through that trauma, like to not have to be scared of what I love just because several people in that world are not back.
Yeah, you know what? You just have to know that you are well protected. There is nothing that anybody can do to you. Let me tell you. Just know that. Know that in your heart. Know that in your mind. Know that in your soul. This is what you have to understand.
Absolutely.
You can't let somebody take away your passion from you because they're ignorant in this. And it's good that you ignored them. I think ignoring those people is one of the greatest things. But Natalie, me, would have to say a couple words that they wouldn't like. And then I would blast it all over Twitter, and so that people could know that this was coming to me. And so those people could blast them. And I would tag all of the other mainstream country artists to show them. I would send it to CMT. I would send it to CMA. I would send it to all. And then I would ask them, what are you going to do about this? Because that's just yeah. We're going to play your song Batuo. What is that about?
Oh, great. Batuo means welcome. So that's in my language. My language is called Kenyang. Now that's not Kenyan like the country. It's Kenyang, and it's spoken in Cameroon by the Bayangi tribe. So this song is just about welcoming people. Wherever they are, if you're coming to my party, I want you to feel welcome. If you're coming to my home, if you're coming to my country, to my town, so it's really about how do we not only make people feel welcome, but also help create a sense of belonging. Now, creating a sense of belonging is a lot more involved than just making someone feel welcome. You can make someone feel welcome in the moment by being nice and polite and so on. But to make someone feel like they belong, you also need to look at what is the overall environment, what are the systems, what are the structures. Because you can act nice in front of me and all that, but at the end of the day, you're not changing any of the policies to actually make me feel like you're not actually sharing power. You're not changing anything systematically or structurally to make me be able to succeed. But you're good at being nice up front. So But anyway, this song is just about feeling welcome, and by extension, belonging.
All right, we're gonna play it right now. I love that song because it reminds, because my family's from Haiti and it reminds me of the Haitian.
Oh.
Yeah. My family.
Oh, that's wonderful.
They're from Haiti, Haiti.
I'm glad you love it. One of my very good friends is from Haiti, Sheila. Yeah. So I get to learn a little bit.
Yeah, I was moving to it. I was moving to it. Just love it, love it, love it, love it. Well,
that's wonderful. I'm glad you're loving it.
Yes. Well, Setche, thank you so much for being on Chatting with Nat. It has been awesome. It has been my pleasure.
Thank you so much.
In my honor.
Thank you so much for having me.
I've learned so much.
And please don't forget to go to go.blackcountrygirl.com, sign up so you can get more information about the Authenticity Challenge.
That's right. Check out the Authenticity Challenge and please go to her website, www.blackcountrygirl.com, and let's support our thriving artists out there because she is doing her thing. And she's making us proud. Thanks again, Setche. I hope you
Yes.
have a wonderful week.
Thank you so much, Nat. I appreciate you having me on your show.
All
Take
right.
care.
Thank you. This was Chatting with Nat with Setche, Afro Country artist Setche. Yes, this is Nathalie Jean. This is Natalie Jean. Until next time. Chatting with Nat is a podcast for independent women seeking to speak their truth and to break down barriers. We host honest conversations that help to guide and empower women. Speak your truth and set yourself free. Let your voice be heard.